everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the Strategy Game Podcast. I'm your host, Lauren Shippey. And today I'm going to be sharing something a little bit different. We've been in our Seen, Known, and Heard series that goes along with my upcoming book. And we've been talking about what it looks like to see, hear, and know each other and ourselves to help us in leadership in our businesses and also in our lives and our personal relationships. And the relationship that we have with ourselves, because that's also really important. But today I'm going to be talking about this series of words that I started to generate and share on my social channels. And if you haven't yet, you can check that out. They're on Instagram and Facebook under Storywork, or my personal account, Lauren C. Shippey. But these words really came to me at a distinct moment. They started in February of this year, 2023. And they just started to come to me very clearly. Like I would run for the notebook, or I would run for a note in my phone, and I would write them down as soon as I heard them. And I could be anywhere. I could be in the middle of a concert. I could be sometimes outside on a walk, whatever I was doing, I would just stop and start to listen for them. And it turned out that this series of words would help also me get through a difficult season in my life as well, and teach me so much. So I hope that by sharing these words with you, this really helps to reignite the flame in you according to just whatever your purpose is, whatever season you're going through. I hope that that serves as encouragement. So the first one we're going to talk about today is finish what you started. So I'm just going to simply read the word first, and then I'm going to speak to it. So it says, finish what you started. Go back to the beginning and think about what you did then, and let that guide your path forward. When you start something new, the path is the most pure, and going back there will help you to see new things that you haven't seen before. You'll create new ways to do things that haven't been done before. Don't move on until you've finished what you've started. So that's the word. And I believe that this word is really important, especially when it comes to anything new that you're doing or that you've created in the past. So this could look like even a new family routine that you're trying to create. This could look like a new business concept. This could look like a new product, software development, writing project, a book, anything. This relates. And at Storywork, we talk a lot about these patterns that we see that work across different dynamics in life and in business. And so we don't pigeonhole ourselves into one particular niche, because really these concepts apply across the board. So when we're talking about finish what you've started, can you think of something that when you started it, it was brand new and you were creating something new, whether it was a habit, a routine, a product, a service, a creative expression. And when you first started, think about how excited you were, motivated, inspired, encouraged, on a mission. You were definitely setting out on a mission, and you had a clear mind. And the point in this word that I really want to pick out here is that when you start something new, the path is the most pure. When you start something new, there aren't any ulterior motives of, how can I monetize this to the fullest? How can I, whatever? All that comes later, because the first thing you're trying to do, and if we're talking about a business, is really solve a problem or meet a need for people. And that's the pure motive, right? And so things can get distorted along the way if we don't really stay close to the original intent of what it was that we were trying to create. So I'm speaking to a business from a business standpoint, but this can also apply to life. If you think of something, a habit or routine that you were creating that you kind of fell off the wagon along the way, or you feel like it got distorted for you somewhere along the path. So I want you to think about that, and think about what it would look like to go back to that place where it was the most pure, where you were truly focused on serving the people first, or meeting that need, and you knew how to meet that need very distinctly. And so going back there will really help you be able to get a plan to refocus. Okay. Because when you go back there now, you're going to see new things that you haven't seen before. So you're going back with experience. You're going back having traveled down the road a bit, the winding road of life or business. And so as you go back there now, you'll view it with a different lens. So what's great about this can be really powerful because you have the pure motive of your original intent, plus you have the wisdom and experience of navigating the winding road for a while. So you're putting those two things together and you're coming back here. And so this is a game-changing advantage that you can use as you plot your course forward. So you're going to create new ways to do things that you didn't see before. And if you remain flexible, we always say this in your mind, I tell this to my kids a lot and myself, remain less like a ruler and more like a rubber band, right? A rubber band is flexible, it's pliable, moldable, it's stretchy. That's how we want to maintain our mindset when we go back here. So we're going to have to face the hard facts, maybe some hard facts about, hey, where did I deviate along the way from the path? Where did I deviate from the pure motive that I started with? And make a list and write that out. Like, what happened? What got me off track? And then I think you can also say, you can look along that path and say, what did I learn along the way? And list out those things. So where did I get off track from the pure motive? And then what did I learn along the way? Write those things out, look at those two columns, and then you can say, how am I going to move forward in a way that I haven't before? And then the last question that I think you need to ask yourself is, what do I need to do to finish what I started? So this is all about closing loops here, right? So we want to complete the circle of growth and development for whatever this particular thing is that you're referring to, whether it's something in your life or it's something in your business, right? So as you move on, as you look at those two columns and you move into answering this question, think about what you need to do to finish what you started. It doesn't mean that you're wrapping this up. It doesn't mean that you're moving on. It means that you're creating a better path forward as you go. So this is going to help you get your plan for your next season. And this is actually an exercise that you can use quarterly. You can use this to plan your quarterly meetings. You can use this as a monthly check-in for your team or for yourself to say, hey, what was my motive when I started? Where did I deviate? What have I learned along the way? And then what is my plan to move forward? How do I maintain true to my original motive when I started? The path is most pure. So I hope this helps you guys. Thanks so much for listening. As always, send any feedback, comment away, give us a review if you like the show. That always helps. And head to storywork.co for more.